hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Compromise, aka
Meet me halfway.
All right. So today, I really appreciate my family. I do. I love my family so much. I appreciate my family coming all the way from Funky Town, Texas, in the house. So, actually, before we get started, I have this special gift for you guys. I wanted to, let you know we appreciate you guys.
What?
For
Thank
coming.
you.
It's just a little thank you. My family.
Oh, it's nothing little about that.
I don't know if they go.
They fancy, so do just a little.
That's
song.
nothing little.
They be ballin', so
Nothing
they
little
like
about
it.
that.
It's like, oh, okay, we can give this
That
to the
is
dog.
lovely. Thank you.
But
Small token of appreciation.
We definitely appreciate this. And,
Ooh,
we'll be
thanks you
utilizing
guys.
this.
Ooh, thank you.
This is my family, so I wanted to do that first.
Ooh,
we
got some weight on it too, boy. Ooh, thank y'all.
break the ice and stuff like that. So actually, let's break the ice. Let's, hey, like I said, this is my family.
Ooh,
so
that's nice.
Whoever wants to start
Love
off
family.
here, let's go ahead and give a little slight introduction, a little 1-2-1-2. Who are you? Where you
Okay.
from? What you what you about?
Ooh,
What's
where
your
I'm
sign?
from, rep
Nah,
your
I'm just messing.
hood. Okay, my name is Crystal Iduwe. I am from Shreveport, Louisiana. I have been here in the DFW area since 2014. And yeah, I'm here with my family, baby cousins, whichever one you guys want to choose. And I'm here to have a great time with you guys this evening. Thank you for having us.
Okay.
Well, my name is Iduwe. I am originally from Nigeria. Been here for a little over 30 years. And myself and my wife, we reside in Fort Worth.
Okay.
Oh, Vortex.
Y'all hear how proper they're talking too. That's how you know
They about business.
my family have been places. They travel and they're very prestige. So hey, these are two of the people that motivate me. I'm just gonna say that. And that's why I'm so thankful and just thank
This
you guys
is nice.
for coming. Thank you. My actual background of them too as well, just real quick before we get to the next question. Crystal let me stay here at her house when I first moved to Texas. So I
Right.
moved to Texas, I think 6 years now. Like, what is it,
Yeah.
7 years ago?
Yeah.
So I'm about to be 30 years old. I moved to Texas at like 22.
Still. Oh.
And she
It
took me into her wings. She was like, Ken, no, you can stay. You can
And I
be
loved
here."
it. I loved
And
every minute of it.
She let me vent.
Yeah.
She let me, go in there. He let me vent.
Yeah. That's true.
Go in there,
That's true.
talk to him and stuff. And ever since then, we've been, me and Nahi been close, been tight. With me and Crystal, we talk. I went to their church and stuff like that. It was a beautiful thing. I'm just telling you. And without them, I probably wouldn't still be here in Dallas because of the, I'm just thankful, just for my family. So like I
Right.
said, I love family. I love that they're here. As you can see, I'm cheesing
Of course,
hard.
bro. Where
So-
else would we be, bro?
Right.
You said come and we said when, bro.
Hey,
We here, bro.
So, I heard, the last name is the same. So, y'all gotta tell us how y'all met. How did y'all meet? Like, what?
How did I meet my future husband?
Go ahead and let them know, baby.
Well, me and my future husband at the time, we met on POF. We met on Plenty of Fish, and
This is
it's definitely a dating.
dating app.
Yeah, it's a dating app. Back then in 2015 ish, it was amazing. It was amazing. I don't know how it is now, but back then it was awesome. So yeah, we met on POF.
okay.
I wouldn't give it that much credit, but yeah, it was some cool people on there you can meet.
I mean, he didn't have to swipe left or nothing like that to like be interested in me. I think he was just like, oh, ting. And yeah, simple as that.
Can we, Nahi, what did you
Yeah,
suave? Did you?
I definitely sent her a message. What they say now? Slid in her DM.
Slid in the DMs.
Yeah, I definitely did, man. She had some pictures that she was active. And, I'm a very active person too myself, so I was like, oh man, she got some really active pictures on there, and then she had like this one particular picture that ended up in the future being on my desk at work.
It did. It did.
So,
Really
you
like
know,
that one.
Yeah, it was really pretty picture, man. And I was like, I gotta holler at this one. Let's see.
What activities was she doing?
Working out.
Working out.
She had
do that now.
some
Yeah.
gym. She had some gym pictures in there.
I did.
And then she had like
Just some regular smegular pictures.
yeah, like
Were
some
they
out-
thirst
out-
traps though?
Definitely. Oh, 100%.
So
100%.
So I didn't know at the time because she was all dialed up in her pictures and stuff, but she kept her work life separated. And normally people who keep their work life separated as a female, they are normally
Questionable, perhaps.
but so I remember our first date.
You're not gonna never let that go, huh?
Oh, never till the day I die.
Jeez.
I'm gonna tell the kids that, the grandkids, everybody gonna
Oh goodness.
So our first date, we were supposed to meet at Bar Louie. Me,
In Arlington,
in Arlington.
mind you, from Funky Town. That's at least about.
No, because you wasn't in Funky Town at the time. You was in.
I was in. Yeah, I was.
So
Okay.
yeah,
He
you tried
remember
it.
though.
Yeah, she tried it. She tried it. And I got to work early. The industry that I'm in. Sometimes I can get off a little early.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I was like, I didn't want to go home. I don't feel like doing the business. I want to, meet her in person. So I hit her up when I was getting ready to leave the office.
Yeah, he
She
wanted
was
to see me.
She was like, yeah, okay, yeah, it's cool. Yeah, we can meet at Bar Louie. And, we can have a little drinks and talk. I was like, okay, cool. Mind you, I didn't go home. I didn't go change. I came
Oh, that's
straight.
what you're going with.
I came straight.
Oh, that's
from
interesting.
work.
That's interesting.
And then this one took about an hour and a half. And I'm sitting at the bar. And
Boy, y'all know how that
that
traffic is, boy. The traffic here in DFW.
Bruh.
It's tragic.
It wasn't traffic.
Whew.
It wasn't traffic.
It
Jeez,
wasn't
Louis.
traffic.
Okay.
I get there and I walk up to the bar and I see this lady looking at me and I was like, dang, she older than what she thought. I was like, oh, this is, she catfished me. She kind of cute, but she older. Why she just didn't tell me?
Yeah.
So this lady was staring at me, so I was like, I'm giving her the eye and I was like, nah, they don't. And I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, come on.
Trying to match it up.
Yeah.
It
ain't matching.
It
ain't matching.
Math ain't mathing. So an hour and a half later, she comes in.
But say how I walked in. I walked in slow motion.
No. So she walked in.
Oh, Betty.
She walked in with nothing but legs. Okay, she had some some cowboy
in slow
boots,
motion.
some cowboy boots on, and a hat.
Like a
that
movie.
Sat like
Like a
in
movie.
The back of her head. No, like on the
had a
top. It was like a
Like a T.A.P.S?
No.
It was cool,
It was
whichever
like,
way.
You know how like everybody started doing this new style where like they don't wear the hat fully down like that. It's like kinda,
Too cool. Too cool.
no, not to the side.
Yeah.
It's not on the side. It was like tipped back like that.
It was too cool.
It was cute.
Okay.
It was cute, but it was cute an hour and a half ago. At this time, I'm like,
Y'all, he was sitting
Crystal,
up there.
I think you got the pictures with the hat though.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. He was sitting there, y'all, just like, where you been? Like, but he waited. So I was impressed with that. He actually waited. So.
That is sweet. That's sweet.
Yeah.
Did y'all have a time though? Did y'all set a time?
Ooh.
Or was it
jeez.
just kind of like, oh, we'll be here?
so it started
never mind.
off.
She asking
I'm
the
messing
good
up.
questions.
It's-
My
no,
goodness.
No. I like her.
She's asking the good
my
questions.
attorney.
My
She's
goodness.
attorney. So
My goodness.
I literally called her. No, we text. We text first. And then
Yeah.
when I was getting off, I called her. And I was like, hey, let's just meet up. You know what I mean? Where I work from where we meeting up, it's going to take me a minute to get there. And she was like, oh, yeah, I'll meet you there.
I think it was gonna be 5:30. I think we were supposed to meet up at 5:30.
But she didn't tell me she was going to go home and change.
Yeah, that too.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it would have been better if she was like, hey, I'm going to go home and change because I'm still in my work clothes. And I was like, I would have been like, I'm in my work clothes.
Yeah.
But my work clothes was different from her. She had a work uniform. I had work
Yeah,
clothes.
that's true. That's true.
So
So yeah, she had to come correct.
Yeah, definitely.
She, I know why you went home.
Yeah. Freshen up.
It wasn't accounted for. Okay, I got it. Got it.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
So I'm thinking Crystal got a different story. Did you have a different story, or did everything he stated was true and you guilty?
I really tried to get myself together to be very, very presentable because I knew this was going to be our first time seeing each other in person. So I wanted to look good, smell good, and feel good about meeting him the first time. And then that traffic, boy, it was just, oh my gosh. Traffic was wild.
Oh, hey.
My goodness.
That's the politician answer. Okay,
Traffic was
she didn't
wild
answer
that
the
day.
question. She
But
didn't answer the question.
we set up for 5:30. Now I believe I got there at 6:45. Around that time.
Okay.
So originally, I used to tell people she was 2 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because it made this story sound better.
Yeah.
But
Exaggerate
you know,
a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know how we are. We put a little
We doing
phone
better.
on and put a little season.
Yeah.
So, but really, it was an hour and a half, and
Right.
people walked in and out. The lady who was staring at me at the bar, you know, she sat there for a long period of time waiting for me to move to come talk to her, and I was like, you know, because I feel like you catfishing me, you gonna kidnap me.
I like that. I feel like Nahi was sitting there, and like by the time she got there, his leg was like sleep or something. He had to get up.
Oh, it was crossed.
Bro.
Their leg was crossed.
Bro, I had
He
two
was fed up,
drinks.
bro.
But
He was fed up.
Did he give you attitude though when you
I
came
know.
in?
No, he just looked at me with attitude. He didn't speak or say anything out loud with
Resting
attitude.
man face. What's the opposite of the resting?
Just disgust, like,
Like, ooh, like if
I gave
Sam
him
was a
what?
face, like.
I gave her the face says, please explain why.
Explain yourself.
yeah,
Why
he
I'm
was
here
fed
for
up,
an hour
but
and a
he
half.
didn't say it though. I was
I didn't
grateful.
say it, but you know, after that, after we got through that, and I had to search through my emotions on that, we had a pretty good time. So we started at Bar Louie,
Right.
ended up at Dave and Buster's.
Yep. Right across the street.
Ooh.
Over there in the Highlands.
Yeah, had
Yes.
some fun then.
Yeah.
First day.
Yeah.
How long ago was that? And like, how long y'all been together? And how long have you been married?
So Crystal's 46. I'm 28.
Why do you always do me like that? Like, what is wrong with you? No. So I'm 35. And me and him and I, whichever, we've been together for 8 years.
All right.
And we've been married for 3 years.
Wow,
Mm-hmm.
that's beautiful.
I'm gonna give it over to you. The
Oh,
first question.
okay. So we're gonna get into the
Ooh.
questions now.
Those weren't the
podcast
questions?
title
My
is-
God.
The podcast
Questions.
title is
Which
working,
one is it?
Working. That's
Oh,
the
that's the
that's the
wrong
dance.
Okay,
That's the-
we'll leave that
yeah,
alone.
it's working. That's the title.
So this podcast is about working with Bay.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
And
exciting.
So like I said, my cousin motivated me, and so
Oh.
ever since I've seen Nahi come into her life, he had a business, and so I'm gonna let him
Ooh,
shout it out. I'm
geez.
gonna let him tell y'all all about his business, where you can find it, www. Hey, he been do
Heard
all
that.
that for y'all. But when I saw that, I felt like I was like, how he working with my cousin? Because I was like, I know my cousin. I've been living here, and
Right.
like he made it work. I was like, really?
Definitely.
I was like, can I do this with somebody? I admire y'all
Right.
from that, and I really like this. So that's why I titled this podcast "Working with Babe" because y'all motivated
Good one.
us,
That's a good one.
and it may be motivating somebody else. I actually left Guitar Center earlier today because I had to get a microphone, and he was just like, "Hey man, I really want to work with my wife," and I was like, "Why did you
Isn't
say
that something?
I was like, he just came out of nowhere and said that, so I was like, I'm doing a podcast today.
Yeah.
It was on my heart.
To tell you this.
But
That's
as
really
I
good.
stop my ramble, I'm gonna let Mrs.
Okay.
Diva.
So the first question is, what is the name of the business and how did it start?
So my reverted back question is which business?
Ooh,
Ooh.
see? And I was gonna say, what you call it when what's it called?
Reverse.
I forgot what it's
Reverse?
called.
I don't know what
No,
you're looking for.
it's not a reverse. Which one is it?
Uno reverse.
Plug. It's a plug or something like a shameless plug. Shameless plug.
Oh.
Tell us all about those businesses. Where do you want to start?
So we gonna focus on one business?
No, dude, no, say all.
Let's
of
talk
them.
about all
Give
of
us
them,
all
'cause
of
y'all
them.
got them.
Oh.
Hey.
We can stick to two.
Cool.
No, we definitely going. So
Well, how many do you have in
Yeah,
total?
how many can you count?
right now that we have 3 total. Right now.
3 total. Okay.
We we have we're still, thinking about the fourth one and how we're gonna do this stuff. But the first one for me is custom home personal computers. Do anything that comes to technology. No job, small or big, that is beneath us, and we are your neighborhood IT guy.
Neighborhood IT guy.
Yeah, we do everything that the average users would like. And a lot of people have smartphones and don't even use the full capability of the smartphone. Right. Same thing with a laptop, TVs at the house, and all of that. So we show people, we educate people. We even she's been a part of this with helping teach the youth, training the youth with technology, and it's so funny. I wish I would have had some of those clips, with her with those kids, So that's one. I'll let her speak on the second.
So our other business is called CDI Development LLC. That is one of our real estate property companies that we have.
What does it stand for, CDI?
CDI is my initials for my name.
I love it.
So I thought that was going to be a beautiful thing. That actually came from my husband. He actually was the one that was like, you should use your initials. Your initials are going to be beautiful. Because at that time, when I made an LLC, I wasn't married yet. I was still my maiden name. So he was like, I think it's going to be beautiful for you to use your initials to start a business with.
I like that. Did we say the Instagram for the first business or anything?
Oh no, man. So the first one is on Instagram is going to be the @CHPC13, and on Facebook it's Custom Home Personal Computers, and you can find us on either one. You can send us a message. You can email us. Our email address is info@chpcdallas.com. And she's been really a help with that. Like, you have a vision for a business, but then sometimes you can be so focused on trying to get like the content, right?
Yeah.
Or
Right.
the clientele. But she came in, she was like, well, why don't you make these, small little clips what people know them as reels now, right? And I was like, I don't know anything about that.
Because his focuses for his business are installing, lights, installing ceiling fans, installing TVs, installing TV mounts, installing security cameras. So I was like, those are things that people need on a regular. Those are very common. So let's highlight those and let's, put those out there to the public.
I like that.
I wouldn't have thought that.
The second business is Instagram. Do we have a Facebook?
I think
No, not for CDI. Yeah.
Oh, the real estate. Okay.
Yeah, for the real estate, I'm just flipping and renting, so I don't have a website for that.
It's fine.
Okay. You're gonna be on HGTV.
Girl,
I be watching HGTV. Okay.
baby, that is
fly.
that is my go-to. That is my go-to. I love it.
Hey, that's on all our TVs at the house.
Literally, it stays on HGTV.
Okay.
Especially for the areas where we're buying properties at. They're mainly in Louisiana, so
Really?
yeah.
I like that.
And then the third business is Iduwe LLC, lifestyle, and we have Iduwe LLC. So our first business was to do acquisition and real estate. So that's what we do. We have properties overseas. We have properties here.
Now they're international. I'm trying to get where they're at.
And we had for our acquisition portion of it, we had Burger I Am. It was a restaurant.
Yeah.
We had that for a while before COVID and all of that. And she was part of that as well. Now, it warms my heart that, baby got CDI, and the Iduwe lifestyle is starting to merge now. We have we have a land. We have a land, and we're about to acquire another property together. And I can't take all the credit. My father was always, big on unifying the village, and let the money work within your village. So, it just makes me really proud that I'm able to do these things with my siblings and my wife.
That is a
True
lesson. Oh my gosh. And that's not including the passive income.
That's another conversation.
But we ain't gonna tell about that. Hey.
Good point.
You want to go for a second?
Okay, so what is it like working with your significant other?
I like how we all talking. Hello.
What are some of the
is
challenges
My name is
and what
Crystal.
are the best moments about it?
So for me, my biggest challenge was working with him with CHPC. I call it CHPC. That's the acronym for it. Because I would listen to how he would go to potential clients and speak with them and talk with them. And I'd just be like, why is he saying that? Why is he walking like that? Why is he speaking like that? And like, I would get to the point and be like, don't say it like that. What he meant was, this is how we need to take care of it. You need about 2 cameras instead of 3, those type of things. Yeah. And I started realizing, I don't need to do that in front of these people. Yeah. I need to address him, behind closed doors and us reenact it. Hey, try to be a little bit more like this. Be straightforward and accurate in what you're trying to say in your questions, because we don't want to waste nobody's time. So me realizing that, he started implementing it. And when we would go out to potential clients, he would just be spot on. And I'm like, oh, this nigga looks so goddamn good. Oh. And he listening too. Oh my God. So
looking
that was
like a work snack.
A work
bro. Just knowing that he would take things that I've said and implement it with it and do better. Oh, it turned me on. So that was definitely a challenge for me at first.
What about you, May?
And the best part about working with him, I've learned so many cool things from working with him. Like, he showed me how to do like network drops and how to literally assemble a network cord for like internet or things of that nature to be able to actively work and to be able to install it into people's homes who don't have internet and things of that nature, like the red and white cords, the green and white cords, things like that. I didn't know nothing about that before him, so super cool. And like installing stuff, I think that was super awesome for me.
It's a quick segue too. I remember living in Crystal house, and I don't even know if Crystal remember this.
Ooh.
We was in there trying to, I know the first thing I tried to do, and I was like, where Nahi at? She was like, I think he gone. So we gonna try to, Crystal is so title-lit.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Independent. She is independent. She is, I used to be like coming home and I'd be like, oh, she already cut the grass. Oh man. And
dead
you
ass.
see her walking around with some like swamp boots.
Yeah. To this day.
Like,
chill out. To this day. To this day.
She got them high boots. I'm
Yeah.
telling you. Like, I'd be like,
to this day. Not too much.
Not too much.
But
to this day.
But she'll do it because the first time she saw me cut the grass, I caught like a cold. She was like, look here, dog. So independent. But she was in there with, was it the ceiling fan? Oh my gosh. And I was like,
no, we was changing out the light. Remember? We was changing out the light because I wanted a fancier light. I wanted a different light.
Oh man, I was like, we need to wait.
Bro, yo, we was struggling.
We left the switch on.
We were struggling.
Y'all was about to shock y'all.
Yeah,
y'all
you
was
could
about to
tell
electrocute.
In my backside, I'm about to be paralyzed if I get. Crystal was like, she's like, look here, just hold it right there, just hold it right there. I said, my back hurt. I don't know how Nate do this. I don't want this. Not. I knew that wasn't gonna be my career. I was like, I'm gonna just let Nate do this.
Leave that to the professionals.
She's so independent though, and I love that about Crystal too as well.
Oh my God.
To that point, it was because we changed out the first one, and then she couldn't wait for me to change out the second one. So she was like, well, I just get Ken to help me with it. And I was like, don't do that. Just wait till I get back. But y'all proceeded to do it.
If I would have known.
Crystal.
Like, so that's how most women are. If we want something done and we're like, hey, would you take care of this for me? Or, hey, can you go ahead and knock this out? I want you to knock it out like in 5 minutes. Like right now when I said it. Yeah. And he was like, no, I'm going to give it a few days. A few days isn't going to work. That's not good enough.
Not for Chris.
No.
Task
gonna
she
work
gave
for
me
me.
that I was
Nah.
like, I can do this. It was
Yeah.
like, she said, can you change
Yeah.
the doorknobs?
Yeah.
I was like, I was all over the house. Click, click,
Yeah.
click, 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 click. She's like, look here, we got the little.
I was like, I don't think the handyman is in.
That
Archie's
was my favorite
resume.
thing. That was my favorite thing. I had to segue on that one because I was like, man, listening to that story is so cool from Crystal, just learning all of that. And just to look at where she get, like, she'd be like, Ken, look where y'all came from. I'm like, Crystal, look where we
all
came
the
from.
time.
Okay, about to burn the house.
Yeah.
We was getting shocked. We had superpowers at one point. Like,
I'll never forget
But
that.
wait, though, it still didn't get done. He had to hand it up there halfway.
hey,
And then kid came to me, he was like, hey, bro, look, I don't know how you do it, bro, but my back was hurting. That light, she had it up there. And then I was like, oh, man.
Yeah.
I was like, y'all did pretty good for a start. This your first time.
Yeah, that was my first time seeing like the copper and stuff like that. Oh.
once I seen that part, I was like, Crystal, did the light? You turned the lights on? Let me turn it off real quick. I said, I'm about to die. I'm seeing stuff I don't know if you're supposed to see this in the house. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Once I seen
that
the
was
copper
wild.
part, she was like, I
Trying to
think
kill
you're
my
supposed to
future
put
husband.
I was done. But I learned a lot from Crystal too through all that process because I was like, man, to see a woman just like, I'm telling like Crystal be like, she'd be moving like, oh look, I gotta go.
For sure.
And she'll
I
come
couldn't
back with a
wait,
hammer.
bro.
I'll be like, oh, Crystal, what you finna do with the hammer? I'm just gonna build this fence back in the backyard.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Definitely was putting fences together.
Like, man,
You didn't miss none of
At
that.
our house, at the old house.
He didn't miss none of
The
that.
moral of the story is patience. Women needs patience.
Man, I cut Nahi off in the middle of that, but I'm gonna let Nahi describe
the best.
what is like working with Bay. What is the
Challenges, the
best moment?
Right.
So the challenges at the time was the communication. Like she would like come in and because she had like this manager mentality, right? Because that's what she was doing at the time. Before,
Her background.
Right? So she'll come in and I'm like, ma'am, you're not my manager. We work together. Like we equals.
Yeah.
So and I had to, take a step back and try to see what she was trying to tell me or teach me.
Yeah.
And then like when Crystal like puts on this hat, I call her Wonder Woman at the house. You never you wonder what she's gonna do next, right? So
Wonder Woman.
So I call her Wonder Woman. So I was like, okay, well, I don't want you to be up here in the attic like this, right? But it was sometimes that I've hurt my elbow because I had like elbow pads. I was in the attic, thugging it, right? And she comes up, she was like, well, why don't you just get these elbow pads? Why don't you get these? Why don't you get these? And I was like, that's cost money. I don't want to spend money on that. So then one day she got up there in the attic. She was like, I want to do it. And like, it was how can I say it? It touched my heart. I was like, man, a woman wants to get in the attic? What? Go ahead.
Yeah.
She got up there. She was fishing the wires. And
Fishing the wires.
I needed to utilize her because she had smaller hands than me. So I was like, okay, cool. Because I couldn't get it from the outside.
Yeah.
And I couldn't reach from where it was in the attic. So she was like, I get up there. So she got up. I was like, hey, he's way back over there. And she was like,
Mind you, he's leaving out that the attic was full of the pink stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It was full of it.
And that stuff.
The installation. So I
Yeah,
told her,
it was full of that.
I told her, I was like, hey, you need to put on long sleeves.
Man.
But she was like, nah.
And it was summertime. He forgot that part too.
And it was summertime. So
Over 100 degrees up there in that attic.
So for the viewers who don't know,
Yeah.
whatever it is outside in the attic is like 10 to 20 times that more, right? And you don't really have too much room. You have to like crawl, like you gotta Joe it,
Yeah.
So she was in there, and I didn't hear from her. I'm banging and stuff, and I was like, hey, so I called her. She was like, I'm trying to get it.
Y'all,
got
I
it
was
now.
drenched with sweat.
I'm
Like, I would have to
coming
send
back.
y'all a picture because I made sure to tell him to take a picture of me up there. I was drenched in
I got
sweat.
it. I got it. I'll probably post it, but
We can post it on the podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
Send it over.
Right.
So, she answered the phone and she's breathing hard. So like
Yeah.
now I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get up there and go get her. And I'm like, damn, I never done that before, right?
Yeah.
The people who work with me or come through, you know, they can make it, you know, there and back. So she was like, I gotta take a break. And I was like, well, you don't want to take a break too long in there because it's hot and you're breathing in heat and
Yeah.
all that installation. So she comes out victorious because she comes with the wire. You know, so I was like,
I wasn't gonna stop until I got what I needed to get from him, so that can be successful for him.
I was like,
So yeah,
okay, all right.
So that's the best
Look
one.
at Crystal.
That was,
Yeah.
that
I
was
like
the- that was with CHPC, and then like with the real estate, the thing that stuck out to me the most was, you know, sometimes you may share something with your wife, right?
Yeah.
But you don't think that she retains it, right?
Yeah.
So it was particular a piece of land, right, that was in the family or was trying to be acquired, right? And I was like, I'm done with it. We're just gonna sell it. And she was like, no, Nahi, weren't you the one who said that it needs to be in the family and you're family oriented and you know we need to have this for future generations and I'm sitting there like, she's trying to cater to my mind right now. I'm trying to be mad. Like you.
he tried so hard too.
I couldn't be
He
mad.
tried. He
you
wanted to
know?
be mad so
I
bad.
couldn't.
Yeah.
You really couldn't be mad. And I told her that, you know, in the past. And like, you know, if you can cater to my mind, no matter how mad I am,
Yeah.
if it makes sense, I'm gonna listen, right? So she said that, and I was like, damn, man, I gotta go out there and go get this damn land. So
So like literally the very next day, that's when we went to go start taking care of things and getting it, you know, ready for
like
us to
that.
possess.
Oh man. Okay, quick question. What turned you on about Crystal?
turns me on.
Yeah.
Man, besides her smile, is the way that she's goofy, right? And I'm goofy, but like it'll be times like,
Y'all would be embarrassed if y'all was just to just
I mean,
hang out at the house with us. Like,
I tell people this all the time. My house is never boring. Okay, we ain't got kids yet, but our house is never boring. With this
I love
one,
that.
it's like having like kids, you know,
in a special way.
And I just, you know, want to relax. You sitting on the couch, mind your business, and she'll come sliding across the damn hardwood floor, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
Never no more.
Never. It's her goofiness, her smile,
No,
and then
not at all.
like she has this kiddish moment. Like she'll ask questions, right? You know, like little kids.
I already know what
Yeah.
you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
Be
yeah.
asking just be asking random questions, and then it's always when we driving. Prime example: does all cows make milk?
Well, yeah, that was yesterday's question,
that was
right?
Yesterday. That was literally
That was
yesterday.
yesterday's question.
What's the answer?
I cannot make this up.
What's the,
So I
think
told
so,
her.
right?
So I told her.
Or
I said,
the
well,
heifer.
I was like, well, no, not all cows, because you got male and a female. She was like, well, males don't make cows? A milk? I was like, not the milk that you can drink.
Yeah, that was
Just the beef.
yo.
Easy to
So
them.
I was like, well, I think it's only like we have dairy cows, and like when they have babies, you know, they
Yeah.
produce milk.
Dog.
And she was like, let's Google it.
I'm always challenging him.
Ooh, we do that too.
Go.
We will Google.
hey,
Okay, what's that mean?
Yeah,
yeah.
Bro.
man.
I love
so
that. I love that. Crystal, what is Nahi's best quality?
he's so insightful. I don't even have to think long about it. He's so insightful, and he's a visionary, for sure. Because the reason why I got CDI Development LLC was because of him. I was just in the living room one day eating popcorn and jalapenos, just minding my own business.
Both of them together.
Yeah.
That's a thing. That's a
Yeah.
thing.
We just gonna pass by.
Yeah, so I was minding my own business, and he comes up in there. What you want to do? What?
Okay.
What?
All right.
Wait,
So you remember that
let me-
commercial?
I gotta finish my story because it always sounds really good. What do you want to do with your life? Whoa. What do you mean? What do I want to do in my life? Like, what are you talking about?
He done did
You
that
need to
to
figure
me
out
too.
something. You need to figure out what kind of business you want to do. I've never even thought about having a business at all. Well, in order for you to be with me, you're going to have a business.
Oh, you setting the standard.
I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you like doing? I don't know. Figure that out. Figure that out
got
and make
2
a business
days.
into it.
You got 2 days.
So now I'm nervous. This was back in 2019, the beginning of 2019. And because I think he asked me that because he was getting ready to propose later on in 2019. That's what that was. So I literally had to sit there and figure out, bitch, what the fuck you want to do? A business? A business, bitch?
Rubik's Cube solver.
Bro, I was like, a business, bitch? He said, you want to get a business? I don't know. So, yeah, I figured it out in a day. And I told him, I think I want to do real estate. Well, go ahead and get that shit started then. Okay. I don't know where to start, but okay. The next day or two, I'm going to get an LLC.
She killing me right now. Oh my god.
Oh,
It was
so
like that
y'all,
average commercial.
he knew that. He knew that. I never had any thoughts of doing anything like that, but he knew it.
He saw it. He saw something in you.
He
that
did.
was-
He
was
did.
like,
That's
man,
amazing.
he said,
Yeah.
I know. Like he said, he keeps saying that commercial. Are you talking about the one with the? What are you on the couch right now? Or are you just
Yeah.
eating jalapenos and popcorn?
That's the college
and hot
one?
Yeah.
Which college
Like,
was
is your
it?
booty
Was it
burning?
IDC?
Yeah,
Yeah. I did
bro.
Oh, ICDC. Oh my god,
ICDC.
that is crazy. Oh man, I love that though.
So and just like the same with me working, I was in the hospitality industry. And he was like, in order for us to be together, you're going to have to figure out something else to do. This ain't gonna work. This is all I know. This is all I know. What do you mean? You gonna have to get into IT, or you gonna figure out something. I don't know anything about IT. Figure it out. You need to do something. And then I got in IT and I figured it out.
So,
Explain yourself.
I know, man. You got 2 negative points. Right now.
it didn't come off like that. Okay. Leading up to 2019, I was doing little gems. You know, I was like, hey, you know, have you thought about the medical field? Have you thought
Yeah.
about IT? You know, the military. You know this. And she was like, no, I don't like blood like that. I'm not gonna be in the military. Da 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 da. So I was like, okay. She was like, well, you know what? I'm gonna be a general manager, a GM. No, is it a GM?
District manager.
District manager. I'm gonna be a district manager. Da 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 da. And I was like, okay, let me go look that up. I don't know anything about that. So I go look it up.
Messy.
And I was like, okay, you know, they make decent amount of money. That's cool, you know. But then again, I didn't know. So I was like, well, do you know any? She was like, yeah. Will you have time? Because the biggest issue was we would have plans, and then she'll get a phone call from the store and be like, oh, this is going on, or this person didn't show up, and now she has to go. And Crystal is quick to be like, oh, it's just going to take about 15 minutes, 20 minutes or so. I'll be back. 40 minutes tops.
Yeah.
40 minutes turns into like 3 hours.
Yeah.
He didn't learn from the first day.
Yeah.
At all. So
That was the hospitality industry.
So I was like, no, I can't do that. And then it'll be like, we'll get ready to go to bed. We in the bed. And mind you, we wasn't living together at the time. So like when we have time to spend time together, I want to spend time together.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'll be over there, and then she'll be like, well, you want to spend the night? No, not really. I'm trying to get home. But then she'll get a call. Oh, well.
Can you come close up the store, Miss
Yeah.
Crystal? Can you come lock out the store, Miss Crystal?
And be gone. So now I'm at the house by myself at the and I'm like, dang, now I gotta spend the night because I ain't see you all day.
And when I was living there, I was right there with you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And she left.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she
It'll be
gone.
time you walk out the room and like, hey, what? Just gone.
Yeah.
What you doing, Nate?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The only
Yeah.
time I did feel bad when Crystal would be like, "Hey, look here, come up
Just
here real
holding down
quick."
the
I was
fort.
like,
Yeah.
"What?" And she'd be like, "Hey, all this food, take home." I was like,
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
what am I, Harley?"
Yeah.
Like, that food be gone by the time I got
Harley
there.
is our pit
Like,
bull.
man, that is, I love it. I love
Yeah.
the journey and love the.
You've
I just
seen
want-
it.
You know,
You've seen it.
For some, because me and India, you know, we've been trying to work this business journey. We've been trying.
Y'all
you
been
know.
killing it.
I have.
We
Y'all been on it.
And I'm gonna say it's not easy. I'm gonna just be the transparent person to say this.
Man.
This,
It's not.
Rocky
Yeah.
Road ice cream, boy.
But y'all
It's
listen
funny
though.
like some of the things y'all are saying, I was like, ooh, I see some of that stuff in me. And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
why it's so funny.
Yeah, for real.
Me and Nate clicked when he
Yeah.
told Crystal about all his he was like, "Hey, Crystal, have you ever thought about investing in this, investing in this?"
Right.
Yeah, that's, what I was like, that's why I was like,
And he'd come
that
in
was
the room and
dark.
be like, and we'd be like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
He'd be like, "Man, wait a minute, do you play video games?" Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, man,
For real.
that's about- I ain't
We
got it.
did. My
But-
family asks about you all the time, man, and you was
They do.
You was part of the journey of when my mom was going through her
Yeah.
her trials and tribulations, and before she passed, she was always ask about you, and you was like a little brother to me because
Yeah.
you played college ball. My actual younger brother played college ball, and
Yeah.
y'all was both great players, so it was like, man. And then it's funny because I always say this, and people used to tell me this, but I didn't understand it. You are actually wise beyond your age. Like the way that you was thinking then
That's true.
built the path for this that y'all have
Right.
now.
That's why I'm marrying him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he was talking there's franchises, like we can own a
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A, we can own a car wash. I'm like, okay. That sounds cool.
Because he's serious. He's very serious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted more
For
out of
sure.
life, and I saw, that's why I said these two over here to my right. They showed me so much. That's why we taking our trip. I said I'm gonna do it. I said we didn't save up. We've been.
Yep.
Yeah, Crystal was the one that she did. It's like a positive encouragement. She would do. She does her questions. I'm not gonna sit here and
Yeah.
act like she's just gonna.
I am.
She's like, oh.
That's what we were like, we
okay,
know
so
that.
Yeah.
Are you saving? How much did you save?
Yeah.
Did you save 15%?
Ooh, that
more
finance
on car insurance?
questions and the
I was like,
answers. Yeah.
Finance portion.
Ooh.
Man, that was
Yeah.
It was a blessing though for her to have that, because then I felt like, am I doing enough? Am I saving? Then I'll be over there like making excuses. That's
Yeah.
another thing that we can do a lot as human beings. We can sit here and make excuses all day, but
Right.
hey, do you see these accomplishments to
Bro.
my right? You see they said we accomplished over here, and we both know, everybody or all four of us know that it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
why
it's
all
not.
working with Bay is like.
Right.
You can have a coworker, but if your coworker your bae, that's a different coworker. You know what I'm saying? This ain't gonna be no easy one. But like I keep saying,
Right.
Fun times and challenging times, but I feel like it's all worth it. Like it balances.
Yeah, it balances.
It
out.
definitely is.
yeah. We need
It
to be
definitely
like
is.
Crystal in the house, sliding across with the socks. You talking
Bro.
about fun time? I have a fun question.
We
then.
stay laughing.
Would you fire Bae Nahi
Would I fire her
for $1 million?
for $1 million?
Yeah.
What's that Trump like?
Nah. Let me. Money's not the end all be all. I do want to have a comfortable life. That's my prayer, right? What I pray. I pray for a comfortable life. Money can make things comfortable, and it can also complicate things as well.
Really? You think so? Honestly.
Honestly, wholeheartedly. $1 million, especially now. Look at the economy. What's $1 million? Right.
Inflation. It's crazy.
How many properties we can buy with $1 million?
Let me bump that. How many? with you by my side,
Yeah.
you can buy 30 times more than that $1 million, right? With that just $1 million, that's gonna go. But you're not gonna just gonna go.
He just said fire me from your business.
No, but still though. But if
Just remove me off the board of directors.
You know. I'm.
Just
Right,
remove me
fine.
from the
I
board of
haven't.
directors. I'll be fine with that. I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't be bothered.
She's saying that now, but then she be at the house with the dog barking, she yelling, the dog barking. I got two females.
I can be
at the
removed
house.
from the
Okay.
board of
I
directors
got
and
a
still be
female
making my
dog.
stock money.
I got a female dog and I got her. They gonna be both yelling at me, one in in a barking language I can't understand, and then this.
That's
one
every
here,
day. That's all day, every day.
This one here, that Louisiana's gonna come out of her, and then you don't want those problems. So honestly, the money's gonna come. You know, regardless of what you do, if you stay true to it long enough, it's gonna come. It's when you have to have boundaries too. You have to have boundaries of what you would take and what you're building a brand. This is a brand that y'all have. We have a brand that we building.
Darcy, had you said like 5 million, he would have been like, absolutely.
No. Now, if you would have said close to a billion, I would have had to rethink that.
Think about it.
Yeah, I was like, you know what, baby?
Can we talk?
I was like, baby, you know what? We gonna remove you from the board, but you know, you still get a stipend.
You still family. You still family.
Call CDI.
Your money's my money.
You still get, a percentage. You know what I mean?
I like that. I really do like that because like how Nahi said, I really think in a way. I tell India all the time. I'm like, I want the time. It's like that's what he said. The money not important. I be thinking like, man, if I have the time, I can go spend the day with Crystal again. She probably want me to spend the night in that. She's like, look, I had you long enough.
Oh no, y'all always welcome.
Yeah,
especially with the new place that we doing. Y'all be
coming soon. But yeah,
let us know something. Let us know.
I know, but I that's what Nahi was saying. That's what we was like making eye contact, and I understood because me and Nahi used to just like how Crystal said, we just challenge each other's mind. He'd be like, "What do you think about this? What do you think about?" When I told him I was working at a finance company, he was like, "Ooh," it's like, "Hey,
right.
Let me see what you know." I'm like, "Yeah, this is right here." And this is
y'all stay bouncing ideas and thoughts from each other for sure.
Man, and that's why I said that idea. That's why I tell India, like I said, the money doesn't mean it. You can that's why Nahi, me and him talked about passive income. I was like, if we don't have to work these jobs, I was like, ain't that easier for both of us? You know what I'm saying? We don't both have to stress, and we could just make the money, and you have the time now. Now we have time to do more stuff because we're not actually taking a picture. We're not actually out there fixing someone's computers and electricity. That's why I was like, yeah, Nahi, I feel you. I'm like, hey, $1 million or, Crystal, hey, would you fire Nahi for 1 million hours of time? Crystal
I'm like you guys are saying about the time aspect. Like, I'm very big on time because I come from an industry of not having time at all. Yeah. So I definitely value time. And getting to 1 million, we probably got a few more years to that point. So, yeah.
Let's speak it into existence.
Definitely. Definitely. We well on our way.
1 million hours. You see them. I like that though. No, time is important. How do you feel, India, about that?
Oh yeah, time's very important. I mean, of course, a lot of times we feel like money can help with that time.
Yeah.
It can.
But yes, you definitely don't want to be greedy. Definitely want to.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like that.
That's a good one.
Time's important for sure.
Do y'all have any questions?
Because I could be broke, honestly. As long as I'm with my man, I feel like we can really work together and navigate.
My man is too expensive, so I'm sorry, I can't.
No, but I'm just saying our minds can get us out of that. Like putting our brains together.
Well, that's true.
Okay, no one's really feeling that one. But I'm being honest though. That's how I didn't grow up broke, but I did grow up. We were very frugal.
Look at us.
We always enjoyed each other's time with everything that we had. So that's what I grew up with, and that's what I'm okay with doing. But I know a lot of people around me, they're like, no. But I'm just saying, we don't have to deal with that. I'm not. Who was that? No.
Now, when you say broke,
we don't have to do that.
That's what I was like. I mean, I'm just gonna be transparent.
Transparency.
I'm bougie, so. It's
we're both bougie, but I can say broke when we were dating. I mean, when we were dating, we can say we were kind of broke. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying like dead broke.
Let me interject on this one too, because I think she has a good point.
Okay.
So it's a level, right? Just like before, you may have 30,000-40,000 in the bank, right?
Yeah.
You at that point you made it work, right? Y'all made it work together. Money, like I said, it can bring some great things. and it can bring the worst out of people too. So you have to find that balance.
Oh, that's a good
and
one.
the balance is, before the money, it was y'all two, right? So regardless of it, just like my cousin told me this, and it stuck to me. He said, listen, if my wife divorced me today and takes all the money out of the account, guess what? That's nothing. And I was like, what? That's betrayal. Why would you do that? That's blasphemy, right? But what he was initially saying was, I have the resources to go back and make that and more.
Yes.
Right?
That's what I was trying to say.
Right, and I feel you, because at the end of the day, you have these criteria that no one can take from you, and all the ideas that are not utilized, where they end up at? The grave.
In the grave.
Yeah.
In the grave.
That's what they say. That's definitely what they say.
While you
That's
here,
nigga spitting.
Enjoy.
Thank you for adding on.
No, because I felt what you was coming from, because I was the same way. Because I know everybody don't really too much care for R. Kelly, but one of my favorite songs or verses in the song was, I came from humble beginnings.
Yeah.
Humble beginnings, and now I'm sleeping in Versace shirt. I still have not slept in no Versace shirt, but I came from humble beginnings. I seen
Exactly. I was saying that.
Right.
I grew up in
So I understand, the struggles of what my parents did for us, and I had this conversation with Fona.
Yeah.
So
Your little brother.
my little brother. So back when our parents was growing up, their 70s, 80s, 60s, they had the opportunity to have money. Money was vibrant, right? They didn't have the knowledge that we have now. In our era, we have the knowledge, but not the money, because the economy is being effed up right now. So,
and people are a little
sensitive.
Ooh,
some people are a little
definitely
more
spot on, unmotivated.
Right. Unmotivated, sensitive, entitled. A lot of people now is very entitled. So, back then you had people who was really trying to come together and make something, but you had certain forces that was stopping those things, spiritual, non-spiritual. But now it's that when you meet someone, you become a super team, right?
Yeah.
And with y'all a super team, even though y'all may not fully see the works, but trust me, people are seeing it. And we see it.
Definitely.
Because we talk about y'all all the time. We be like, oh, wait. And I'll be like,
You see what they posted?
Like,
You see what that looks like? Did you see that quality? You see that angle? You see those family pictures? You saw that? Yeah,
and
that's
she
for
like,
real.
well, now did you hear what India said? She asked him that too. And I'm like, well, okay, but still, Ken said this though.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about it afterwards.
Yeah. I like that though. That's why I said I know this was gonna be something that I was like, man, we both work with our spouses, so that was something that's just like, man.
And I love the title, man. That's motivating. I think we might get some shirts made like that.
Working with Bae,
because really it's a work, because the work doesn't stop when you in front of a client or whatever, because you still got to go home with the person.
Yeah.
And do the work.
You got to brainstorm,
Yeah.
Back to the back cave, my wife like to say.
You don't have your 9 to 5 too.
Yeah. On top of that,
You
right?
gotta work on your marriage, work on the business,
Right.
work at your 9 to 5, work with your family.
Yep.
And family ain't always easy, because you got some family members that see you a certain way, but they don't understand the inner struggle with it. Like I'm frugal, and yes, I'm a little bougie.
Yeah.
But I grew up on quality over quantity, right? And I also grew up on, if you need something, that's what you should get first, not your wants. It's your needs to be satisfied before the wants.
Yeah.
And that's
Good one.
what I've always tried to do inside our household, But now it's like, baby, it's like, well, don't you think we need to be on a plane, and when we go long distance, we can do, business class or first class, and then now I'm like, we could try it. You know what I mean? We could try it. And then when you try it and you like it, then you start being like,
I don't want to go back.
No, I want to go back.
Yeah.
You know?
I like
that.
Crystal, it's important to us as well to share our upbringing, because we came from, as they speak on, that y'all came from, you came from a two-parent household, and he did speak about his mother. I did want to just take a second, rest in peace to his mother. I used to go to church with her.
Yeah.
I used to open the door, and she'd give me a hug. This is my baby.
Yeah.
I remember her voice.
Yeah.
I remember that kind spirit she had. We would sit out there and talk for a little while, and she'd be like, "You're so kind. Wait till you meet my husband." I was like, "Where is he at?" And then he'd be like, "Oh, he gone. He in
Nigeria.
Take care of business.
He gone, and he didn't say nothing. I was like, "He gone. Okay. I'm sorry." No, he's Nigeria. Oh, okay.
Right.
But it was the sweetest lady I've ever met. That's
Absolutely.
why when Crystal told me, she was just like, come over here, or come celebrate her, or come be here, or, come to church. She wants you to come to church.
Yep.
It wouldn't be no second thought. I would do it all over again and be there with her. I was going to church when I was like, man, I am tired.
Absolutely.
I left the club at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, look at my baby, he's so respectful. I'm drunk. Praise the Lord, yo. Praise the Lord. Yes, I am. Stomach hurt. I might throw up. But she was the sweetest lady. But
she was.
I had to stop there and just say that very quick. But Crystal, our upbringing,
absolutely,
who we are. I'll say something quick, because I know that he said he bougie a little bit. The reason I'm bougie is because I guess growing up where me and Crystal grew up in Shreveport, is just seeing something different. I wanted more out of life.
Exactly. And simply wanting more.
Wanted more. So when I came out here, that's why I told Crystal at the beginning of the podcast, so grateful, because I feel like this opened up opportunity just for her allowing me to stay. And she said, save your money.
Yep.
I remember
and
Crystal
eager.
was like, how much money are you saving? And then at one point I was like, I've saved enough, She was like, okay, what you mean? How much you? I just talked to you like a month ago, and I was like, I ain't do nothing else but save.
That's exactly how that conversation went.
I was like, I ain't even eat. And you like, look here, you finna get an apartment. Yeah, you told me to save this much and this much in this time frame, so I did. I was like, what else do I gotta do? I was eating like ramen noodles and stuff. I was coming out. I was like, I can do it. I had to cut off going out with my friends. I had to cut. She seen me playing. Look, you don't want to go outside, or allergies.
Yeah, kicking your ass.
I used to go running all the time, but it just showed me that you can get more out of life, and people that's in Shreveport and stuff like that.
Or just small towns in general. Yeah,
small towns. Like I said, a lot of people from Shreveport, I guess it's considered a small town, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of people are like, I gotta break free. I gotta move on from this place.
Right.
It's a jail cell. But I'll let Crystal speak on it, briefly.
I mean, it definitely is, and it would drag you down if you allow it to. And for Darchie to, be speaking about, finances, and me speaking with him about finances, and him actually listening to me and, actively, working on it, that touched me, because I'm still to this day having conversations with, close family and friends about finances. And if you know me, you know that I love talking about finances, because I know some things and I want to share all those things with all my family and friends. Yeah. So for you to literally be like, I didn't take no offense to anything that Crystal said, because she literally wanted better for me. That touched me, for real.
I appreciate it.
And when you told me that you was getting ready to leave, I remember us being in the living room that day, and I was like,
I got it.
You sure you want to leave?
I got to interject on that one. I was a little hurt. I was like, what you mean you want to leave? You didn't say
you don't want to hang out just a little bit more longer? You don't want to stay here at the house with me and just be here?
He said he's a peacock.
He's like, I'm a man now. And I'm like, no, I'm not ready for you to be a man yet. Just stay a little bit longer. He's like, no, I'm ready to go.
Don't you tell me that. I was like,
oh. I'm like, okay.
Y'all don't understand. Crystal told me to say, and then I've at the past podcast, I was a big person on who you taking advice from, because I would be like, people would tell you to do something and you'll go do it, and I'll be like, it ain't work, so what am I? But when Crystal told me, like, look in, like, when I came here, Dallas is expensive. So if you want to be in your own place, or if you ain't gonna be here forever. We both know that. So this is how much I saved. And I looked at her like, that's a lot. I was like, is it a lot? And so then when I started, I literally, when Crystal said, Ken, you're going to have to save, she told me the amount. She I don't even think we got into the discussion of like methods and how you can do it. I literally was just like, when I got my checks, she see me, I go to the club. I used to try to go to, because she said, get out the house. So I try to listen to her get out. But I would go to the club and I would be right. I used to tell Indy this. I would be Sunday morning, I would be right at work. I'll be overtime. I'll be right at overtime. Then I leave. Then I come back. Then I go Monday morning. I'll be right at work. Then Monday afternoon, I'm looking for apartments. And then I come back to the house. And then she'd be like, look, Ken, you get here. You leave at like 5 in the morning. And then you get here. Like, I said, yeah, that's what I'm doing. But my checks, I used to take a chunk out of it. I used to just take a chunk. I used to help Crystal where we can. I used to try to get her like some food or something when I can, because I felt like it's respectful. It's all about, my mom taught me about respect. So I was like, I'm living in her house. Let me try to do something for it. Crystal will be like, I don't need nothing. Like I told you, independent.
Get you, my boy.
Independent. I'd be trying to pay Crystal back to this day. And Crystal, hey, look, I'll give you this. I'll give you that. That's why I was like, let me give her a gift, because I was like, I owe her so much for that knowledge. And then Nate, he came along. Oh my
man, God. He bust your head wide open with the stuff he was talking about.
Man,
God, dog.
Me with like, if you put interest on that money that you're trying to save, do you know high yield savings account?
Yeah.
I was like,
he was there. He's there, bro.
I was there. He said, don't save it in cash, because you know that. I was like, oh, okay.
He on another level.
I'm scared now, no, you're fine, man, you're fine. And then the blessing thing too is my last little word. She gave me like her couch. And we still have this. Do we still have that? We have the coffee table still in that living room. She gave me the coffee table. Oh yeah. So she gave me this red couch. I call it the love couch. I was like, man, that's what India fell in love with me with, on that love couch.
Had to.
And so then when she was just like, look, can you save that much? And I was like, man, I don't even have to. And then I went up there and got my little furniture. I had my mouth on there, yada, 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 yada. I was like, I got cash. I was pulling out $500, $600, $1,000 just in cash. And I was like, here. I paid the rent. I was like, now I'm here. And so ever since then, I didn't turn my head around. And Crystal, every time she sees me, she's like, look here, you're in a new apartment. Look here, you're moving up.
Yeah.
Look here, you got a car. You got what is it?
Because it's amazing. It's amazing to see.
Look here, you got all this equipment.
Right. Because really, like, how many of us, left Shreveport and stayed out of Shreveport? Yeah. We know people who came here with us and had to go straight back home. Because it wasn't going to work out for them. You're definitely sitting here successful because you've been here for years and you've been doing what you need to do. So
I want to add this too, because I hear this a lot, and it used to irritate me. People used to say, "Oh, Nate, you Nigerian. That's how y'all was raised. That was y'all upbringing." But listen to y'all was doing the same thing that we, my parents instilled into us. Like, you help each other. Y'all cousins. Y'all ain't sisters and brothers.
But guess what the key word is? You said your parents instilled that in you.
That's true.
We was thugging it. Like, whatever I learned, I wanted to share with them and vice versa.
Yeah. That is true, though.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, though. Me and her had conversations before you moved in, and I was sharing some of this stuff with her. And she was sharing her mindset with me. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Definitely do that. Yeah. Don't ask him for no money if you trying to offer you. Because I think one time you tried to offer her money for something at the house, buying groceries or paying a bill or something. Yeah. And she told me about it. And I was like, don't take that money. She was like, I'm not taking it, but I don't know why he's offering me this money. And I was like, well, don't think of it as a negative. Think of it that he's trying to contribute. Yeah. To your household, because he don't want to feel like a burden. But that's the thing. You never was a burden. Because trust me, I have a mouth, and I know how to utilize my voice. I know how to utilize my voice. Oh, so, man. It's amazing to see that, because more people will have that type of mindset. Then
everybody would be so successful.
They'll be successful. Yeah. But it's the mindset.
It starts with the
mindset.
It really is.
It's the lack of that. And when you start realizing, man, I want better. Okay, cool. How you gonna do better?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah. Good one.
I remember Nate, he gave me that first check. He was just like, "You really her cousin, right?" I was like, "No, yeah, May, my grandma."
Yeah, let me start naming them.
Yeah, May, my grandma too.
This ain't a fake cousin. This
real cousin.
Yeah, shout out to the uncles.
Crystal's going to go see y'all.
Definitely, shout out to the uncles.
Hey, I'm like, I know I'm dark skinned, but I'm like, my dad was the only one too, so he was like, okay, I'm glad you the and he started finding out so much about
they
me.
is like bright, but they all got the same name.
He's like, look here, you did this. Look here, you did this. He was like, look here, you got 7% trade. You know, I was like, oh man, I said, I used to just talk so much to them and be so transparent about everything with Nahi and Crystal. And he was like, I'm learning so much about it. And he used to be so. That's why I'm glad that he told me. He was like, man, I watch our podcast. I was like, I wouldn't even expect anything less because he was always engaged. He was always like trying to learn stuff about me and like who I am. Like, wait, so do you like this? He said, "Will you play ball? Will you?" Your dad was in there.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it's
true story. True story.
Now, you know, I'm goofy too, right? So when I see y'all podcast come on my feed, I be like this.
Like I be so impressed because y'all be so fancy with it. And I be like, dang, this is such good quality, and look how they're talking with one another. That's crazy, bro.
Crystal asked me one day. She was like, "What you watching?" I was like, "Oh, the Andersons." She was like, "Oh." She's like, "But why is it so clear like that?" And I was like,
y'all.
Baby, I said they probably got.
I
4K.
felt like we was like right there watching y'all talk like live. Like it looked really good. Like for real.
It is 4K.
We appreciate that.
For sure.
You like Nahi said, it's just like. And that's our last thing too, because I know we're coming to a close, and I've had so much fun here. I'm gonna let me and India start it out, because the last thing we like to do is just words of encouragement to people, and just giving giving youth. Sometimes I've even had like older people come to me and say, "This can help older people, little kids," and I'll be like, I was like surprising. I was like, I don't know who we helping, but I don't know, because we speak from our heart. We speak from what affects us, what we learning, and what we like and stuff like that. So I think that's what helps people, because they seeing that journey of who you are, and they're like,
right.
Don't compare yourself to us as well, because I'm sorry, you may not have 3 businesses like Crystal and Nahi, but I promise you, just like Crystal told me to save, I had to find a way to save for me. You know what I'm saying? It was just, she had to let me know the caution. I saw Crystal give me caution.
Right.
And that's what led me to start, like Nahi said, that family, that union. So my words of encouragement is, just like the last podcast, learn to be able to receive information, just like Nahi said, in not a negative way. Everything isn't negative in life. Just because somebody telling you something, don't treat them as like, are you better than me? Are you? Because it was one point, to be transparent, that I was like, oh man, is Crystal like trying to shut me down, and but I was like, nah. The only thing that changed me with Crystal was she came in that garage and she was blasting Webby. I was like, nope, she's not no better than who I am. She's playing little booty.
To this day.
Because you hear this talking, y'all hear this. Oh, and I CDI investments. But boy, you got y'all beating.
Yeah.
Don't go to the birthday party.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't forget the birthday party. She was lit.
Right.
I said she's still herself. So that showed me that I'm like, I keep saying, like, people, it's all about how you receive things. Like you can learn and absorb so much in life if you're just a sponge, instead of just like rejecting it, being a rock. Some of us are rocks because we don't want to hear stuff. I don't want to hear what you guys say. I don't want to hear what you guys say. I don't want to hear what you. But it's so much knowledge out there people can teach you. This beautiful couple over here just said a lot. And how they handled it, they showed even little segues of like, oh, but you cute and you cute. They have fun during this, during the marriage, having a business. It's even helping me in India, because we gotta have fun with this. Like,
absolutely.
We can't sit here and keep arguing.
Can't be too serious.
Like, it's not gonna get no easier. So what do we got the $1 million? Like, if we did, you fired. I'm sorry. But we don't have it. So that's my little long talk and speech.
Okay.
We will definitely adopt you into the CHBC.
I appreciate that. I have a home.
I love this. What would the Andersons be without an Anderson?
Right.
Exactly.
Okay. My last words would be
funky breath.
Enjoy.
What your head is.
My encouragement is enjoy the journey, okay? Working with Bay, make it fun. If you need to have meetings to share, like, okay, this is something that we can work on, or you're making me feel this way. What can we do to make it better? Listen to one another in those aspects, and I feel like the journey would be well.
Cool, we got that count.
Yep. Awesome. I agree with both of y'all, and I agree with what you said. It's really, sometimes you have to have that pre-stage. You have to pre-plan behind closed doors. You have to have that conversation. And a lot of us, and when I mean a lot of us, I mean those who are trying to get married or in a relationship, they don't want to have those hardship questions. That was one thing that I loved about Crystal, because I'll think of these things to have, but then I'll buckle. Because I was like, man, I don't want to lose her, because she made me think I'm asking these questions because I have like negative intents or something like that. But then Crystal would come out the door and start asking me these questions. So I'm like, oh, well, shoot, you asked me this, I got this one, let me ask this one,
Yeah.
But you have to have these real hard questions sometimes, to build where y'all trying to go to. You don't have a vision, you are not getting nowhere. You have to have a vision first, a plan, and then execute those plans. So I agree wholeheartedly, and I really appreciate y'all for the kind words and gestures, and inviting us here. That's amazing. I wish we can do this more often, because I like this.
Definitely is a beautiful
I know
thing.
me and Crystal hot, but we love it.
I'm so glad that you know.
She already got my opinion.
Y'all both glistening over here.
Y'all glistening.
Both of their foreheads is glistening like
so glad that you know, because I'm
like
like,
some croissant.
bro, because I'm like,
This Shreveport cold, because
we over here just cool. We like, oh, y'all good. They over here. They got a hoodie on.
because y'all really not. Yeah.
You gotta get
Any last words,
Christ
Crystal?
in your life, baby.
Yeah. I'm praying for my life. Last bit for working with Bay. For some reason, just on my mental at this point is just, be happy in real life. Don't pretend to be, happy for others, or don't pretend to be happy for yourself, because it will spill over into the business that you have with your spouse. So be happy. Do things that make you happy. Do things in your marriage or in your relationship that makes you happy, so that when you go out into the public and you're doing things, they're like, wow, they're doing great work for us. They provide great services, and their energy is amazing, because people really, really do go off of energy.
Yeah. Yes.
So that's what I got.
How many businesses we know are just operating by couples? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's amazing.
It is. It's a beautiful thing. It really is.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing in your marriage as well. So,
right.
Like we said, man, I can't thank y'all enough.
Thank you so much for coming, you guys.
Yay.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Where's the claps?
Yay.
Yellow.
Ooh, this one's yellow.
Yay. Thank you guys so much for having us.
But it's okay. But yeah, as we said, we always end it, with we love you all, no matter shape, size,
love
who
you guys.
are. We love you. Know that you love. Know that you are loved. God is
God
love.
is love.
Absolutely.
Hey, we love you guys. Love yourself. I'm gonna just say that.
Absolutely.
Like Crystal said, love
you
yourself.
Got to.
Love who you are. Don't be like nobody else. Don't try to be like nobody else. And hey, this is the compromise. And everybody say, AKA,
Meet me halfway.
Meet me halfway.
And we're out.